Welcome to this section. In this section, we are going to learn about community and conservation. The forests are also home to some of the traditional communities. In some areas of India, the local communities are struggling to conserve these habitats along with government officials, recognizing that only this will secure their long-term livelihood. Now here we need to understand some of the areas in India, they have the local communities who are inclined to conserve the habitat along with the government officials. Now even the governments have started to recognize the efforts of the local communities in conserving these habitat, so that together they can save the livelihood of the animals. Now in Sariska Tiger Reserve, that is in Rajasthan state, which is in the northwestern part of India, villagers have fought against the mining by citing the Wildlife Protection Act. So the villagers have fought against the mining mafia which tried to take the Tiger Reserve region for mining by showing the Wildlife Protection Act. So community started to play a major role in conservation. Here is one example of Sariska Tiger Reserve. In many areas, villagers themselves are protecting the habitat and explicitly rejecting government involvement. So the local villagers are taking the whole and sole responsibility of protecting the habitat. The inhabitants of 5 villages in the Alwar district, as you can see the highlighted part in the map, the district of Rajasthan, have declared 1200 hectares of forest as the Bhairavdev Dakau Sanchori. It is a declaration made by the 5 villagers who are living in Alwar district of Rajasthan, which is almost having an area of 1200 hectares of forest, and they declared it as Bhairavdev Dakau Sanchori, declaring their own set of rules and regulations which do not allow any kind of hunting. Why did they do this one? What is the purpose of doing this? They did this to protect the wildlife against any outside encroachments. So here we can see the role of community taking an active role and trying to conserve the habitat. We saw the first example in the Sariska Tiger Reserve, where they have fought against mining and cited the Wildlife Protection Act, and it is not allowed under the Wildlife Protection Act to do mining in the areas which are given for tiger reserves. Similarly, we can also see in the Alwar district, where they have made a rule that they will not allow any kind of hunting in the 1200 hectares which were spread over in 5 villages. So community is playing a very active role and trying to protect the habitat. They are even going an extent of explicitly rejecting the government involvement in saving the habitat. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next section.